Ladies and gentlemen, pegging isn't new for me, friendo, but it is for Disney. For this is a Fred the Alien Productions podcast.
I am Marvel Jesus.
If I was ever to wear a crucifix, I would have it with a little Deadpool on it.
He is our Lord and Savior. Cue the music.
I don't know what we're yelling about! We came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it some style?
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Boring conversation anyway.
Look, we're gonna have company! Loud noises!
Hello.
Hello.
Hello!
I'm Kendall Richardson.
I'm a Fulya and Michael.
And I'm the Merc with the mouth, Michael Lister.
Hey.
The Michael with the
you,
mouth.
Michael with a mouth. And you are now experiencing a podcast called Fred.
Yes, experiencing it through the mediums of three. Qua.
Really?
Trinity.
Qua.
Trinity.
Hey.
Talk about Jesus. We are the Trinity.
Yes. It is the Holy Trinity of Fred here. We have all three hosts. The planets have aligned, ladies and gentlemen. We're all here.
But for how long?
Finally.
Ooh. And we'll tell. Yes. Awesome. This is going to be great. This is going to be fun. We've been off for a couple of weeks, so we've got a lot to talk about, and I'm so excited to do it. So let's get in. Fulya, my dearest, hello. What have you been watching this last couple of weeks?
So I have watched and caught up with Death and Other Details. Currently, really up to date. Jeez, words. Already off to a great start. Yeah, Death and Other Details. Really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna say there's probably another 3 more episodes left. I think it's a 10-episode season. It's good. Like, it's definitely worth your time. Definitely worth your time. Really enjoying the characters. There's a lot of, plot points where it's sort of like they talk about it, then they come back to it later on, and then, because it's a whole murder mystery thing, and there's just a lot going on, and we're still like, we potentially know who the murderer could be. There's a name being thrown out, but they still haven't come across this person yet. So it's like they're trying to get to the point where they can find out where they might be, who it might be, and all that jazz. And yeah, it's like the storytelling is really cool. I really enjoy it. So, and there's a lot of like going back and forth in time, in terms of like, going back into the past, reliving memories, and then coming back into the present and all that sort of stuff. So it's actually pretty cool. And then you find out there's like people who aren't who they seem to be, and as is with a murder mystery. So it's actually really good. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, definitely worth the watch. I would highly recommend. I'm still also going through my watch through of Star Wars Rebels. I am, I believe, halfway through season 3, I think. And then I've got actually, no, I'm very close to the end of season 3. My mistake. I'm very close to the end of season 3. And then I think I've only got, like a 16 episode season 4. And then that's it.
Yeah.
And then I'll be up to date with Star Wars Rebels, which is really cool because there are things that are happening that we're coming across in Star Wars Rebels that have come up in the Bad Batch. So I'm like, ooh.
Ooh, synergy.
Ooh. I understand references.
Ooh.
So that's been pretty cool. And I have also watched the first 3 episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action on Netflix.
Oh. What is that on? I forgot.
Okay, and
It's good. It's
it's
good.
good.
Oh yeah, it's. I don't want to say anything, so otherwise I'll end up spoiling it. But I'm enjoying it so far.
Okay.
I'm getting I'm finding out that a lot of people are having mixed reviews about Aang.
Oh.
And, and I'm like, well, I don't see it yet. I'm not sure. A lot of people may have already binged through the whole thing and
they
that's
would have been.
how
Yeah.
that's how they would have formed their opinion. But so far in the first 3 episodes, he's not so bad. Like he's okay. He's all right.
Not so bad.
Yeah. We've got Prince Zuko, who's his usual hot-headed, pun intended. Ness.
Yes.
3rd-degree burn face.
Also, the uncle is also amazing.
Uncle Iroh, yes. Let's go.
He's already talking about his jasmine tea.
Oh, good. Wouldn't have him any
Gotta
other
love
way.
it. Yeah, he's doing a very good job playing Uncle Iroh, and I'm loving it. And he's got the vibe for it. Honestly, he really has the vibe for it. It's so good.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then forgive me, even I know I'm very I am a nerd, but I forget names.
It's a
Fine.
natural thing.
That's why I'm on the podcast.
Yes, exactly.
I remember the names of things.
Yes. So we do get to see the Emperor.
Yep.
Zuko's dad. But you don't see him immediately. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
the reveal
Fire
is
Lord
great.
Ozai.
Yes, Fire Lord Ozai. Thank you very much.
Yes. You're welcome.
Yeah, he does appear. He doesn't appear immediately, but the reveal is very intense. It's really good.
Nice.
I like it. And the places that we visited so far are very akin to what it is in the actual animated series.
Nice.
And I was just, and some of the characters that you see at these places as well. I don't want to say anything because it's like,
all right, Fulya, we're gonna do popcorn culture on it next week. You can save it all for then.
Yeah, I'm just really enjoying it so far, and Avatar: The Last Airbender, really enjoying it. There are some things where I'm just like, it could have been done a different way, or I didn't really like the delivery in this sort of situation. But yeah, it's actually they're doing really well, and the cast members, casting has done a good job in picking these people. They look the part. They're doing a very good job in their roles, and yeah, it's really good. I'm enjoying it. That's all I can say right now.
That's fine. That's plenty. That's great to hear. That's great to hear. Thank you. Nice. All right. Well, if that's you're done. That's your weekly watchings. Michael, your turn. What's been on your TV screen lately?
Yeah. Just to piggyback, I've also dabbled into Last Airbender as well. I'm up to episode 6.
You're way ahead of me. You've doubled me.
Yeah, and I will not divulge anything.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because
I haven't watched it yet.
It's quite different, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Also, on my TV screen, my children have gotten into Boss Baby.
Oh, no. Boss Baby.
I know. Oh no, exactly.
Series?
No, well,
or the movies.
They prefer the movie.
Okay, good.
And
the first movie is the best one.
No, it's not. The second one is.
The second. Is it because of a certain voice actor?
No, it's because the animation is better and it's better.
Okay.
But that's personal opinion.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. But my opinion
I need to look up who's in the second one.
is right. Yeah, so they like it for some reason. I think it's crap. But you know, it's sitting down for an hour and a bit is like cool. I'll do my own thing, like doing stuff around the house and keep them occupied. But having said that, and other stuff on my TV screen, I've been doing a lot of gaming. I'm still doing I've started doing Last of Us Part 2.
Nice.
And I'm way past where you are, Kendall, with your watching of the play. I won't say anything because I'm still in Seattle. And yeah, the story is getting interesting. I think I already know the big twist at the end, but hopefully it's only like halfway game twist, and then other stuff happens. Otherwise, yeah, it's been really good. I got my my eye in with the PlayStation vibes. Even though I'm solely a Twitch player and all the buttons are the wrong area as anyway, but also with that, been doing Lego Dimensions because I can't play the game, can't play Last of Us in front of the kids, so I've been playing Lego Dimensions as well. And my eldest has got really getting into Powerpuff Girls, because you get to play the Powerpuff Girls in Lego Dimensions.
Yeah.
So she's been watching that as well and been drawing pictures, and it's like, yay, Bubblecup and Blossom and the other one.
Daisy.
Daisy?
They're named after flowers.
No, they're not.
Blossom, Buttercup, and
Bubbles.
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 Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
Bubbles.
named after a flower, Bubbles.
Yeah.
You know that flower, Bubbles?
Yeah, Bubbles. Not just a monkey. Yeah, so getting into that. Yeah, I haven't really been watching much, really. I've been wanting to go to the movies, but I'm going to save for next week because Dune comes out. But I really, really want to watch Madam Web for the sole purpose of watching a train wreck.
Yeah, so do I. I actually, not to cut in, but I actually made plans with a friend who hasn't seen Morbius yet either. So when Madam Web comes on digital or streaming, we're going to do a double header, Morbius and Madam Web back to back, and just fucking laugh. I don't know.
Why don't you do
or cry.
Yeah, just do a triple feature because, you know, Craven the Hunter is going to be one of those craptacular.
I don't know. I have higher hopes for Craven than I do for Madam Web.
High hopes.
But they're not very high.
Well, speaking of craptacular, or is it? I don't know, because I've never seen this movie before. But friends of mine, well, I shall say, my co-hosts on the PlayStation Drive have recommended that I watch a certain Nicolas Cage film.
Oh, which one?
By the name of Vampire's Kiss.
Yes.
I've never seen it. I've never seen it
either. But post our show, this little behind the scenes, they showed me a particular scene from the movie, and it was the one where he's in the psychiatrist's office and he's really overacting.
The way
and he's
that
like,
Cage is.
Yeah. And it was just so over the top, and I was like, the heck is this? And they're like, you have to watch it for me. I'm like, okay.
It's the way I got my kids to learn the alphabet.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. But if you're gonna drop a name like a gaming thing that's been on your screen, the one thing I will say, I finished off a game called Harmony the Fall of Reverie, which is a very story-rich choice matters interactive game, and it's a very drama style. Like in terms of the story, it's very drama heavy. It also talks about certain topics like grief and loss and political things like government corruption and there's like riots and protests. There's, things that happen in this story that is just really interesting. The most interesting thing about this is that there's two realms in this story. There's the Earth realm, and then there's the other realm known as Reverie, which is where the main character that you play ends up sort of going in between. And there are aspirations that help people on the Earth side of things in forming, in moving them forward in their life and stuff. And when I say aspirations, I mean like power, bliss, chaos, glory, bond, truth. They're the main aspirations in the game that help these people through their lives. But their world, Reverie, is in a bit of turmoil because they're at odds with each other. They're sort of fighting each other. And so your main character has to help them while helping the world, because whatever's going on in Reverie is also affecting the real world. So it's actually, and then and some of the stuff that's happening in the real world is also affecting Reverie. So it's like and there's like a lot of pathways. There's a lot of choices to be made, and depending on the choice you make, it'll give you the outcomes towards an objective. And some of those decisions that you also make could also cause consequences to other decisions that you may not be able to make in the future throughout the journey. So it's a really cool game, and it's made by the developers at Don't Nod. Highly recommend checking it out. It's available, I believe, on Steam and on PlayStation. I'm not quite sure if it's available. It might be on Xbox and Nintendo, but I'd have to double check them. But it's such a story-rich game. I really enjoyed it. It's definitely one of those games that you can also play through again.
Yeah.
So the replayability is also really cool too, because there are so many pathways in this game.
Yeah.
So there might be different endings.
Yeah, it's like a story tree sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's
Last
really
of Us
cool.
is very linear. It's just one story.
One story.
You just gotta make sure you don't die.
Mm.
Or get infected. Blah blah blah. But as Ellie, you're already infected, so it's cool, and it's very character driven, and
Indeed.
constantly crying. Anyway, so, no, I don't like the choices. Anyway. Anywho, what about you, Kendall?
Yes, hi, hello, the non-gamer over here, sorry.
What? Get off the podcast.
Get off the podcast, you're not allowed. Yeah, so it's been a couple of weeks. I've watched a bunch of stuff, but I'm only going to mention my top 4 in no particular order. I will start with, I watched a couple of horror movies.
Ooh.
That I have been meaning to watch for a while, and one of them I said I would watch last time we were on the show, and I did. But I'll save that for a second. I want to talk about the movie Smile.
Oh.
I really liked it. I liked it a lot. Mike, have you seen it?
I know of it. I haven't seen it. So
Okay,
did it make you
should
smile?
watch it. It made me smile quite a bit. It was great. It was great. And it is going to, can I just say, it is going to age so beautifully because, like, 90% of the effects are practical. They used real fucking makeup and prosthetics to create certain things in this film. And I fucking love the ending. It was great. It was so good.
Mm.
I lost my fucking mind. It was great. It's a fantastic movie. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be like a 90-minute one and done sort of a almost in the style of It Follows sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because it kind of is that premise of like this thing attaches itself to a person and then another person and another person, right? That's kind of how it works. But yeah, I was expecting it to be quick, but it's very much also more like there's some depth to it. There's a psychological thriller element to it as well as you watch the main character slowly kind of, lose herself to this thing. No one wants to believe her and all this stuff. So and then, she's dealing with her own trauma that's being reflected in this creature that kind of feeds off her fear, basically. So, yeah, it was fucking great. I really, really enjoyed it. And the other horror movie I watched was Evil Dead Rise.
Hey!
Hey, yes.
Is this like your
which
first time watching Evil Dead anything?
No. I've seen all the other stuff. The only thing Evil Dead related I haven't watched is the show, Ash vs. Evil Dead, which I really should watch because by all accounts it's quite good.
Yeah.
And it's only like 3 seasons, so it'd be easy to get through.
It's a good mesh of all the three, which are very different. So
yeah, oh yeah, each one is different than the last. That's for sure. Yeah, no, I used to live with a guy who was like super into the franchise, and he sat me down and we watched all 3 of them pretty much back to back one day, and yeah, it was great. It was great, and I've rewatched Evil Dead, the first Evil Dead once. So I've seen that a couple of times, and then obviously the remake / reboot thing they did like 10 years ago. I really enjoyed. I saw that before I saw anything though, so that's probably blasphemy. But
no. That's actually a good remake. It's one of those good ones.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked that remake quite a bit. Yes. But as for Evil Dead Rise, I also enjoyed this movie. Yeah, it was really, really, really good. I wondered what they were going to do in terms of like, because there's some of the main characters in this film are children. So I'm like, how are we gonna handle this? And when we're introduced to like the other tenants in this apartment building, I'm like, oh, okay, so they're gonna be the characters that'll die because they won't do anything to the kids, right? And boy, was I wrong. But I was happy to be wrong because it was badass. I mean, I should say the 2 kids, spoilers for Evil Dead Rise, but the 2 kids it affects, like, they're teenagers, so it's like it's not as it's not great.
No.
It's not great, but it's not as bad as like there's a little girl and nothing happens to her. She makes it out. By the skin of her fucking teeth, but anyway, she does. Yeah, but no, I really liked it. I thought it was great. It was a very interesting take on the mythology of Deadites and how they work and stuff, and just I don't know, it flowed really well. I liked the family story. Like, all the actors were quite good. And the violence was great. The blood was everywhere, and it was awesome. So, and they snuck a fucking chainsaw in.
Clip that out.
So, yeah.
The violence was great, and the blood was awesome and everywhere.
Yeah. So no, I enjoyed myself watching it. Yeah, it was really good, and they did a lot of the little scary bits were done really, really well. So yeah, glad I finally watched it. Very glad I finally watched it. Changing tack completely. I went to the movies a couple of weeks ago, just after we last recorded, and I watched a foreign film by the name of Anatomy of a Fall. This is one of the 10 Best Picture nominees. It won like the film of the year at the Cannes Film Festival, as well as a bunch of other stuff. It's a French courtroom drama, essentially, about this kind of famous-ish couple. Like, they're both writers, and the husband dies, and the wife gets accused of murdering him. Because like he fell from like a second story balcony basically, and there weren't any witnesses to see how it happened and all this, and but yeah, it was very riveting drama, and I'd never seen like a French courtroom drama or a crime drama like this. Like so, seeing how the French courtrooms work was very interesting. It's very much it's a mix of like they wear the robes and shit. They don't wear any of the headgear, but they wear the lawyers wear the robes. But it's so fucking casual. Like they'll be addressing one witness and then they can just change tact and address the accused. Like you can talk to whoever. Like it was weird, but it was fascinating. And then like the prosecuting lawyer was my favorite thing. His attitude was the best. Like he wasn't an asshole. He was like he was, I don't know, he was
French.
There's something like it was very French, yes. But he wasn't like, you know, when you're like rooting for the accused person to win, you're like, oh, I hate the prosecutor, they blah blah blah. But I think it's also because the movie doesn't actually tell you if she did or not. They kind of leave it like spoilers. She gets acquitted, but the movie doesn't explicitly say yay or nay.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they just couldn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she, you know, did or didn't do it. So, she was acquitted. But yeah, so maybe it's that reason. Like, she's a bit grey that you're like, oh, I like this lawyer because he's getting at her. So, yeah, it was really, really good movie. It's a couple hours long. Yeah, fantastic, and like set in like the French Alps as well. So like you just get these beautiful mountain shots and lots of snow and. Yeah, no, it was a really good movie. And then the last thing I'll mention before we move on, is because I've had 2 weeks to do this, I have now seen the entirety of The Bear.
Oh, I'm still up to season 2.
Oh, you haven't finished it? Oh shit.
I was watching Avatar in 1.5 speed.
5 speed, well done. Well done.
Wow.
Okay, well, I won't spoil it then.
I know it's renewed for a third one.
Yeah, this third season's
Filming
airing
right now,
in June.
I
think they're filming. Yeah, it's airing in June. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I am so glad that I watched the show. Some of these episodes are just some of the best fucking episodes of TV. Like, it's insane. Like, the way this show is written and executed and shot is just a fucking masterclass in television and in storytelling and character work and all of the above. Like, it's just brilliant, and it lives up to the hype, but I think it deserves all the accolades it's getting. And yeah, like it was weird because when I started watching it, I wasn't sure because it's a very, you have to kind of get into the rhythm of it because it very much kind of, it just goes and you have to catch up with them. So you can't just throw it on in the background and have it and then do whatever. It's not one of those shows. Yeah, but no, I'm really liking it. And every time I just see all the food, like Fulya, you would just eat up the scenes with all the food that they're preparing and making, and oh my god. And like, because there's one chef who's pretty much like he's in charge of making all the desserts and stuff, and man, the stuff he makes, I just want to eat everything. It's so good. It's so good. I'd be curious if you would enjoy this show too, Fully. I don't know. You might not, but there's definitely parts of it I think you would. But yeah, no, I really like it a lot. It's excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's very high anxiety. If you've ever seen or even heard what takes place in a kitchen in a restaurant.
Well, I mean, like there's that it's in season 1, so I can say this, but there's that one episode that's a one taker. Like it's 20 minutes one take, and they fucking crush it. It's unbelievable. You're following everything that's going on the whole time, and it's just seamless and all of this. And when the credits rolled, I was like, wait, surely that was only like 10 minutes, right? And then I checked the time, like it was just over 20 minutes. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I couldn't believe it.
And ended
Yeah,
on
it
such
was
a
great.
downer.
Yeah, far out. Bloody hell. Yeah, that was nuts. It's brilliant. It's
Yeah.
fantastic television. I can't wait for season 3. I also think it might be another one of those shows that will only be a couple of more seasons and then be done.
Yeah.
Which I'm okay with as well, because they're doing a good job, and I feel like similar to like Ted Lasso, for example, they'll tell the story that they need to tell, and they won't overstay their welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. And considering some of the actors in it are going to do bigger things, so
which we will get into right now. What a great
Ah.
segue! Thanks, Michael.
you're welcome.
Thank you. Because it's now time, of course, for the weeks that were in the nerdy news.
Yeah.
This is the news in Nerdy News. The nerds that talk about the nerdy news. That is us who talk about the news that is nerdy. And now the queen of nerdydom, the hostess with most S, Kendall Richardson. Take it away, Kendall.
Yes, hello. All right. Nerdy news time. We've got some pretty awesome Marvel stuff to discuss. Starting with, of course, on Valentine's Day, how appropriate. Marvel finally unveiled the official casting for the Fantastic Four. As Thwip, yes, as along with a release date, of course, for the film, which is July 25, 2025. I believe I've remembered that correctly. Yeah, July 25, 2025. Yes. Yeah, and they, posted this a really amazing poster, I guess, of the cast. It's very much in the 60s sort of, like, it made me think of the Jetsons. Like, just it just really had this like old school kind of comic booky vibe to it as well. That was really, really great. Apparently Marvel haven't said when it's set, but this is telling everyone that it's set in the 60s, and if that's what it is, that I say fucking go for it.
Yeah.
I think that'll make all the sense in the world. It'll separate itself from the previous attempts at this franchise. Do something different with the characters, put them in a different world, and what better way to honor, people like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby by throwing back to the time that the characters were created in. So, yeah, I think this is excellent. And yeah, of course, we already knew about Pedro Pascal. That was announced a little while ago. He's, playing Reed Richards for us, which is great. Vanessa Kirby is going to be the Invisible Woman, Sue Storm. She was a rumored cast member for a long time. So her name is not a surprise to myself either. And then, speaking of the bear, we have the excellent Eben Moss-Bachrach playing the Thing.
Cousin.
Cousin. My God, that's sorry to sidebar for a second, but literally when they announced that, one of my friends messaged me and was like, it's just gonna be weird hearing him say cousin all the time, isn't it? When he's playing this character. That's a reference to the bear Fulya. Anyways, so and I really like the fact that he's in this, mostly because this is not the first time he's been in a Marvel project either, so he's another one of those actors returning to the world. Because yeah, he was in The Punisher back with John Bernthal, who hilariously also is in The Bear. So it's his return to the world of Marvel, which is really, really cool, and I'm excited to see what he does with the character of Ben Grimm. And then this was the one that made me the most happy.
Oh.
I wonder why. Because Joseph Quinn is playing Johnny Storm, and I'm just yeah. Eddie Munson from Stranger Things, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, he's gonna be Johnny Storm, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy about it. I'm fangirling all over the place. Perfect. Yeah, great casting. I love all of these picks so much. I mean, we've already talked about our thoughts on Pedro, I think, when that was announced. But yeah, I'm really happy to see this team together, and I'm just gonna be praying that it turns out well. Yeah, fingers crossed. We'll find out next year. Fulya. How are you feeling about the cast? Are you looking forward to this movie?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I've
Nice.
only ever seen, I think I've seen one of the other Fantastic Four films. I can't remember which one it was though. I don't know. I'm not really that excited about Fantastic Four. It's not really one of those Marvel films that I was really that invested in back in the day. So I'm not sure what to expect in this particular aspect of it. But, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's cool to see some familiar faces being cast. Pedro is an interesting one. Not sure if there wasn't someone else that may have been a good option.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what we talked about. It's like
Yeah.
we all love Pedro.
Oh
but
yeah, no, we love him.
He's everywhere. He's in everything. Why not give this role to someone else who might
yeah.
need the opportunity, you know? But
I
yeah, so
agree.
it's interesting. Unless
Yeah.
he truly was the best audition, I mean, for the role, but I doubt he probably auditioned for it. Like they probably just said, "Do you want to play this character?"
We need
Yeah.
internet. We need the internet zaddy
We need the internet zaddy. Oh god.
as Mr. Fantastic.
Yes.
Yes, so I don't know, like I'll still watch it and then I'll form an opinion then, but right now as it stands, I'm just like, yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Fair enough. I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
And thank you. Mike, what about you? How are you feeling about this?
I'm happy that they're going to make it into like a period piece, like something that
If
would
they are.
It feels like because the sleuths on the internet have divulged that the Time magazine that thing is reading is a
It's a legit.
1963 I think they said, and so it's probably going to be roughly then, and then you can have like Hank Pym in it as well, and all these other things. And I think that's pretty cool because I kind of like the sort of period pieces where it sort of fits in within that thing. The cast pretty awesome. These known people, like known from different things, but they sort of come together. It's really great. Well, it looks like Eddie Munson is not going to be in the fifth Stranger Things as a zombie, but which is a shame because Vector always like reanimates corpses, and it's like, we could have had Eddie Munson and Barb coming back,
Yeah, Bob.
and Bob
And Bob.
and Kaczynski. Well, he didn't really die in the Upside Down, did he? Oh,
No.
no, but bring them all back for a last ride because they're zombies. Speaking of zombies, Pedro Pascal and clickers, as could be said as like, wouldn't he be too busy? Wouldn't he be too busy doing Last of Us season 2? Obviously not.
Apparently not. Yeah.
He's only going to be in the first episode. Anyway, spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I think okay. I think Marvel needs, like, unfortunately, star power and like getting it back onto some sort of track. I mean, and people sort of going on and off of Marvel. I mean, they got their hits and they got their bad hits, and I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't help that Sony's tarnishing the Marvel brand at the moment, but here nor there. Really looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to it because it feels right where they're pitching this movie.
Yeah.
And this could be either the main bad guy being Galactus or Doctor Doom. My theory is probably going to be an introduction to Doctor Doom. Then you can do different storylines within Secret Wars and all that. And slowly back away from Kang because we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah, well, there are rumors of that going around at the moment. So that they're pivoting away from Kang, and they're renaming the movie Kang Dynasty. So
Doom Dynasty.
Yeah, Doom Dynasty.
Doom, da 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 da, Doom.
Doom chicka woom.
And also, well, we'll talk about it because there's a little Doom Easter egg in a trailer very soon. Talk about it.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that. We will talk about that when we get there, yes. But we've got some more Marvel to discuss first.
Oh, marvelous.
Yes, very marvelous. Yes, also, last week, we finally got a trailer for the long-awaited X-Men 97 series. This is the sequel series to the original X-Men cartoon series from the 90s that we all grew up watching. I think most of us did. It's picking up right where the animated series left off with the death of Charles Xavier, and we're cracking on, and Magneto's around to stir up some shit. So
see this school? This is mine now.
Yeah, this is my school now. Yes. It was a lovely tease, I thought. I think it was really cool that they started it with showing the ending basically of the original show, and then going into here's the new stuff. And the animation style is really cool. Like, obviously they've using modern technology, I guess. They've been able to create a style that's new but old at the same time.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really nice. I don't actually know, but I'm guessing they might have gotten some of the original voice actors back. If not, they've gotten some pretty good sound-alikes, I think, from what I remember. But I haven't watched the original show in the longest time. Probably not since it aired originally. So, yeah, but anywho, this looks great. It looks fun. I reckon I might check it out. Get some nostalgia up here. Why not? We're a sucker for this stuff, and it's just good to see it finally coming out too, because this was something that was announced. Oh God, they announced this at a bloody, I think, Comic-Con, maybe SDCC. Or maybe the investor call. I don't know, one of the two things. I think it was years ago. This is going back probably before COVID. I think they announced this. It feels like it's been that long. So nice to see it's coming out, and it's coming out soon because they also dropped the release date of the 20th of March. So it's about 3-4 weeks away from now. So get excited, I say.
Better start watching it in two plus speed.
2+ speed, yes.
Yeah.
To prepare. Fulya, do you have any thoughts on this? Did you watch the original series as a kid, or have you watched any of it as an adult, maybe?
I have not. It was one of those type of shows that I never really came across growing up, and I'm not sure that my parents would have let me watch it either. But look, watching the trailer for this particular sequel, it has got me very interested in watching it. So I'd be very keen to check it out. And if I like it enough, maybe I'll go back and watch the original. So we'll see.
Just have a lot of patience,
Yeah, no, of course. The obviously the original is not going to be as great in terms of quality, but it's fine. I'll take it as it is.
It's no Avatar.
It's no Avatar, yes. But
Yeah.
at least you can, like, it's worth it for the theme song alone. Like, that iconic theme song.
Yeah.
That comes from that, and the
Yes.
fact that they've, like, used it as a sting in modern stuff and all this
Yeah.
is just really cool. So
Mm.
yeah. No, fair enough. Very good. I'm glad you're interested. That's great. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. What about you, Mike? Are you keen to finally watch this?
Oh, keen as mustard. This is my bread and butter.
Hey.
This is all my condiments coming together because I'm condiment king.
Condiment king.
Yeah, and with the Sting like introducing itself into different things like Miss Marvel and also Charles Xavier coming back and dying, and Beast, and Wolverine now, and doing comic accurate like portrayals of these characters. I can't wait for the James Marsden to come back. As Cyclops, because it's his X-Men now.
Yeah.
Main where it should be, because over the years Cyclops has been like a bit of a butt of the joke at the moment, and now he's gaining his due diligence of being a leader. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this and semi-updated graphics, animation as well, to make it look like cell animation, like all the way back when, just a bit more streamlined as well. And yeah, looking forward to that. And dare I say, I'm sort of interested in watching this because there's so many like hints within the main MCU. Will they do some sort of weird crossover? Something. Because now Disney owns everything now. Maybe we'll get to see like non-mutant superheroes coming in. I mean, they did like a cameo of Spider-Man, not Superman. What am I talking about? Spider-Man like coming in for a couple of episodes in the original show. So get the guy that sounds like Tom Holland from What If to do something, and it's like, oh
yeah,
Spider-Man coming in, because Sony doesn't own the cartoon version of Spider-Man. It's all live action Spider-Man, and it's a TV show, anything like that. So they could do something like that. They could add like subtle hints of, I don't know, the Avengers as well. Maybe they'll do X-Men versus the Avengers, but they're probably going to do that within the Secret Wars thing. Who knows? I'm very interested. I'm very interested. I'm going to watch this. Will I have time to watch all the others? Probably not. I'll just pick and choose. Yeah. Can't wait.
Very cool.
Can't wait.
Nice.
There's other stuff to watch. Like The Bear.
Yes. Like The Bear, yeah. Finish The Bear, man. Oof.
The Bear Man.
Bear Man.
Yeah. Don't be the bad news bear, right? No one wants to be the bad news bear, right?
Bad news bear.
Bad news bear, right?
All right.
Yeah, no one wants to be the bad news bear.
No one wants to be the bad news bear. All right. Speaking of news, next up, next up in the news is this very, very peculiar and interesting announcement that I am having mixed emotions about. But I suppose it was inevitable that we were going to get a biopic around the Beatles. However, we are getting a hotly, very different take than what anyone would expect. And to be honest, I kind of admire that. My thoughts and prayers go to Sam Mendes and his team and the cast and whoever that are going to be making these movies, because hot diggity dog, it's going to be a challenge. So basically, they're going to be making not one, not two, not three, but four movies about the Beatles. One focusing on the point of view of each of the members, and it's going to connect in sort of a culmination at the end of, I don't know if they're going to make maybe a fifth film. I don't know. At this point they're going to make four films, and then they will kind of culminate in a whole thing. But apparently it's not going to go beyond when they broke up. So it's only going to take place during the years that the Beatles were an actual band together. So that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, and look, Sam Mendes, he's known for his technical prowess and skill. Obviously, after making the wonderful epic movie that was 1917, most recently. Yeah, I look forward to seeing what he will do with the world of the Beatles, and I can't wait to see who they cast in as these guys. It's going to be very, very interesting. I say this a lot. I hope they go with some unknowns for them. I feel like you really got to with this, but we'll see. Hollywood's gonna Hollywood at the end of the day, as we see with Pedro Pascal being Mr. Fantastic. So yeah, no release dates or anything, no nothing. Just an announcement that there are going to be 4 Beatles movies coming, and the fact that Paul and Ringo and the estates of John and George have signed off on everything. So it's happening. It's happening. They're getting the Beatles biopics. Mike, what do you make of this? Do you like the fact that they're taking a different approach to it, or do you think it's going to bite them in the ass?
It's kind of weird making a Beatles cinematic universe.
Yeah, the BCU.
The BCU. The BCU might bite them on the ass. Hopefully they'll calculate it pretty well, because if you get one bad one, like from the start, then you don't know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird. It is weird. I don't really have much to say. I maybe there's like conflicting accounts on different things, and that's probably how they're going to do it, or they're doing it in different eras of the Beatles. I mean, I don't know. They're probably banking on the fact that the biopic, the restoration of their recordings, recording studio stuff was like 4 hours long. Maybe because people really enjoyed watching that. They thought,
yeah,
more Beatles. Got to put in more Beatles. More. I know. We'll do... I don't know. Are people going to sit down and watch a Ringo version?
Apparently they are.
Apparently. Will I watch it? I don't know. Will you watch it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. But I haven't seen Get Back yet, so like I'm not a massive Beatles fan. Like I do like a bunch of their songs, but I don't like go ape shit for them by any means. So yeah, no, but I love my true stories. I love my biopics. So this will probably be mandatory viewing for me. But we'll see. Hopefully it's good. As long as it's good,
And that's the thing.
Yeah. We don't know.
That is the thing.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. All right. Well, now that we've talked about that, we've got one more thing to touch on in the news before we move on and roll on up to our next segment. There was a Nintendo Direct that happened recently, a partner showcase. And I know nothing about it, so I'm going to hand over the reins to the wonderful Foolish Fuji, one of the co-hosts of the PlayStation Drive podcast that we have the pleasure of having on our podcast as well.
Even though this is a Nintendo-related thing.
Hey, it's gaming. It's an umbrella thing. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Yes, but yeah. I have no idea what's happened, so I'm looking forward to being surprised. So, Fulya, please take it away.
So the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase happened this week. Nintendo loves to just announce like 2 days beforehand, hey, we're going to have a Direct. Just so you know.
No prep time.
None. And you know what's even better? Australian time was at 1 a.m.
Oh, no.
I could not stay up to watch this, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So I could not watch it live. I had to wait until the next morning to watch it before I went to work.
Yes. Very cool.
Luckily, it was only about 23 minutes long, so it wasn't a very long showcase. However, Nintendo does their Nintendo thing and they pack in a lot of content into 23 minutes. And they've got a lot of games on the way. The biggest news out of this is that, and everybody's probably already aware of this, that there are some Xbox Studio games coming to Nintendo and PlayStation at the moment from this particular partner showcase. Pentiment and Grounded are the two that are currently announced to be coming out on the Nintendo Switch soon. Pentiment is a bit of a story-driven game made by Obsidian. And yeah, it looks really interesting. It's been on Xbox for quite some time, and now they're bringing it over to other platforms. It's got a really nice, visual sort of art style, and I think it's going to be really cool. So that'll be coming out soon. Grounded is a PvE, so player versus environment survival game. And you can play with up to 4 other players together, where it's kind of like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids sort of situation, where you are small and you're out in a garden against all of those insects out there. So you have to build a shelter, and then you have to survive in that, in that environment, essentially. Coming across, ants and spiders and butterflies and all these other things that used to be when you were your normal human size, just very small. But now that you are also the same size as them, they are big. So, not a game for me or for Kendall, I will tell you, because you're going to be fighting against spiders? I don't think so. That are towering over you? No, thank you.
Yeah, fighting against Shylock.
Shelob.
Shelob. Shylock.
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So Grounded has been a game that's been out for quite some time, that a lot of people have played, and I've seen people play it like online and stuff like that, but it is not my type of game. I'm not big on survival games, unfortunately. So I'll be giving this one a miss. However, I will be checking out Pentiment, because Pentiment looks really cool. And I kind of like the fact that it's sort of set in it's like a medieval era, sort of like Shakespearean sort of time. So it's kind of looks really cool. So that's the real big news that's coming out of that. A few other games that are making their way onto the Nintendo Switch. Disney's Epic Mickey is being remastered, and it's coming. So that was from I think it was the Wii U or the Wii era. I think it was the Wii, and they're remastering it, and they've called it Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed, which is really cool, because Mickey uses a brush in the game. So that's their remastered version. I never played this game, to be honest, but I am kind of keen to check it out. It is a really cool looking sort of a platformer game, and that'll be coming out later in the year. Another big announcement was The World of Goo 2, Electric Boogaloo. That'll be coming. A lot of people really like this particular game. It is a puzzle game, I believe. and it's got quite a few levels. It'll be coming to the Switch exclusively on the 23rd of May. So if you have played the first World of Goo, then so is it World of Goo or is it World? Yeah, it is World of Goo. World of Goo. And if you've played the first one, the second one will be coming very, very soon. Another really cool announcement that was also shadow dropped at the end of the actually during the direct itself, is a game called Penny's Big Breakaway, and it has a really cool art style to it. It's a bit of a platformer. It's a 3D platformer, and it's made by the people who brought you Sonic Mania, and it looks cute and it looks really enjoyable. Not sure that I'm going to be checking it out personally. I mean, I might down the track. Really depends on how I'm feeling, but it's one of those ones where it's like there's a lot happening throughout this thing, and there's like timers as well and all that sort of stuff. So it looks like it's pretty cool. If you want to play it, you can play it now. It's available on the Nintendo Switch, so you can go check that out. Endless Ocean Luminous will also be coming to the Switch on the 25th of April, and that's more of a very chill game where you're just sort of diving into the ocean and you go around, you're sort of swimming around and coming across all the different creatures of the ocean, even rare creatures and you know, so all the sea creatures. And you can also play with friends online, which is really cool. So you can all swim along together and have a chill time underwater. So that's actually pretty cool. This one's on my radar. I never played the original, which was out on the Wii back in the day. So, but yeah, it says that you can play with up to 30 players online, and you can emote. You can do like little emotions while you're underwater with your friends.
Hey.
Which is really cool.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm drowning. I need to go up. I see shark. Do, baby shark. Do.
No.
Baby shark. Mommy shark. Do.
The big another big announcement that came out of this was that the Nintendo Switch Online service is actually getting some old games, some old retro games from the Rareware pack.
Yeah.
I never played the Rareware, that's why I don't know. Including RC Pro AM, Snake Rattle and Roll, Battletoads in Battle Maniacs, and Killer Instincts. They're coming to Nintendo Switch Online, and I think the one and Blast Core. So Blast Core was a Nintendo 64 game, and that'll be on the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, which is the one that has the Nintendo 64 emulator in it. So that's a really cool announcement for those of you who are really big from the Rareware times. Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2 are getting remasters and are also coming to the Switch. So if you've ever played those back in the day, they are coming to the Switch, also PlayStation. So that's actually, I've never played these particular Star Wars games before, but it kind of looks fun.
Yeah.
So I'd be I might wait on a sale for this one, but I wouldn't mind checking it out. What else was there? Oh yeah, South Park Snow Day is a new game that's coming to the Switch.
Nice.
I've never played any of the South Park games, but for some reason this one caught my interest.
Really?
Oh.
I don't know why. And apparently because this is also going to be, it's a 3D animated game. So the South Park characters kind of look a bit weird, but but it kind of looks fun. Of course, it is not for kids because of the language and some other things. But it's yeah. I mean, it kind of looks fun. I think the only reason why it piqued my interest is because they have a character creator in it that you can make yourself look like a South Park character if you really wanted to. So I think that's the only reason why it piqued my interest. I probably won't be picking it up, but I don't know. It looks like fun. It looks interesting. We've got a release date trailer for a game called Another Crab's Treasure, and this game is a Souls-like game. This is a Souls crab game, where you have to go around through the ocean trying to find your perfect shell. So every time, but the thing is, because this particular ocean is also littered, you just find whatever you can as your shell. So this is a hermit crab, by the way, that's going around trying to find the perfect shell. So every time you come across a shell, it's kind of like an upgrade sort of a thing until you get to find your perfect shell. But you're going to be battling against, big boss creatures like giant crabs and, sharks and whatnot as a little hermit crab. But you also, you get to use whatever implements you find or trash, which then turns into your treasure. So, yeah. I mean, I've never played a Souls game before, so like Demon Souls or Elden Ring, never played those, have no interest in it, and yet this caught my attention. It might be the animation, the fact that these characters look very cute. So I don't know. Maybe I'll play this. Maybe. I'm not going to say 100%. There's not going to be a guarantee on it. But it looks cute. Looks fun. We'll see.
Something for the crab battler.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
Shout out to Matt Keating when you're out there.
And then I'll just sort of rattle off a few other things. So Contra Operation Galuga got an announcement trailer. There's a game called Pepper Grinder, which has a demo out right now that you can check out on the Nintendo Switch, but it is coming on the 28th of March. The world-renowned, famously made Suika game, which is the watermelon game, has new DLC. This is going to be paid DLC. And this made me giggle a bit because a lot of people have been asking for this particular thing. And that is that you can now play Suika game with multiplayer. There is a multiplayer option to play the Suika game. And if you don't know what Suika game is, look up the trailer and you will understand what I'm talking about. Or watermelon game. It's probably easier to spell than Suika game. The watermelon game. It's fun. It's cute. It's very colorful. It is essentially like a little puzzle game where you drop fruit into a box or a jar. And if you can you have to match them up so that they then, merge and become a bigger fruit. And you have to get to a point where it's a watermelon. Hence the name Watermelon Game. Nice. Yes, originally started off in Japan, and then it got so popular that they brought it over to the rest of the world's Nintendo stores, the eShops. And now, now they've created a DLC where you can play multiplayer. And yeah, have at it, peoples. Enjoy that. There's also there was a trailer for what is it called again? Tales of Kenzara Zao, and that looks really cool as well. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist got an official reveal trailer. Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble will be had an announcement trailer, and you can also they've got new customization options. There's like so many of them. There's a lot of new stages as well. And the fact that you can also play with up to 16 players online. So if you're really interested in playing with your friends in Super Monkey Ball, you can. And I don't know, I never played the Super Monkey Ball games before. I do know of it though, and I have seen a little bit of gameplay. It looks very chaotic. It's a bit of a puzzle game, but it's also reliant on a bit of like gyro sort of motion controls, which is interesting. But I feel like that would also be a bit of a rage game. Trying to get to getting through certain, courses and stuff. But yeah, so there's that. Monster Hunter Stories is getting a remaster, and Pocket Card Jockey is also now available to play on Switch. And it looks very cute. It's essentially horses and jockeys, but it's a bit of a card. There's like cards involved as well. So it kind of looks interesting. I don't know. I might have to see someone do a playthrough of that. So I might have to, because the visuals of it look really cute. Yeah, and there's like quite a lot of other things in here. Unicorn Overlord has a demo available now if you want to go check out Unicorn Overlord, which I will be checking out the demo for this, but on PlayStation, which my co-hosts are very happy about, because it's an RPG. So that is available. And yeah, there's like a lot of other things that I'm like not mentioning at the moment, but they packed so much into this direct, and I'm not terribly excited about any of these games specifically, but I am still keen on checking out some of them, just because they kind of look cool, or they may have piqued my interest because some of them are remasters from older generation consoles that I never got a chance to play them. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. If you want to find out all of the details from the Direct itself, jump on to the Nintendo website, go to their YouTube channel, check out all of the trailers to all of the games you might be interested in, and go and pre-order those games or play them now if they're already available, because there's quite a few of them. Yeah. And that is the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase.
Hey. Thanks, Fulya.
Thank you.
That was awesome. I don't have a lot to add. Mike, do you have anything that you want to add, or any of the games on the list that you're keen to check out?
With the Rareware, because Rare has been owned by Microsoft, and Xbox is sort of slowly thinking, well, in order to have a good rapport with our customers, maybe we should release a couple of things into other consoles and all that. So I think this probably may have something to do with it.
I think it was more of a business thing, more so that they can get more money out of, because I think it's more so because of the fact that they're not focusing on new gen consoles. They're really putting their money into Game Pass.
Yeah.
And so because of that, they're kind of losing out on customers.
Yeah.
And they're not making as much money as they would have thought through Game Pass. So yeah, not a lot of people are buying Xbox games anymore because there's Game Pass now.
And you can play stuff on your computer. Who would have thought that streaming
and through cloud
is
on your
dead
phone?
Media? Buy physical. Yeah, so it's kind of cool that some Rarewares are going back to the original home of Nintendo.
Love it.
Please put on Conker's Bad Fur Day. Please, I want the Great Mighty Pooh on my television screen again.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Uh,
Speaking of Great Mighty Poohs.
Speaking of Great Mighty Poos, yeah, it's time to wrap up the epic nerdy news and roll on up to the trailer park.
Rolling up to the trailer park where we all park all the trailers. Yeah.
Yes, trailer park time. Someone's excited. I love it. Let's go. So,
Now I'm getting the Angie up. Whee!
yeah, yes, let's get it up. Awesome. So, it has been a minute since we've been on, so we are going to be talking about a couple of trailers that came out last week as opposed to this week, but with good reason, because the first of those is, of course, the trailer for not Deadpool 3, it's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Friends.
Deadpool and Friends. Yeah, I'm super keen, super fucking keen. Of course, we're all keen for this movie. This movie is the chosen one. It's supposed to be. This is where Ewan McGregor were yelling at Anakin. Like this is it. This is the last Ekin. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I loved this trailer. I thought it was fantastic. I can't remember if I said it on this show or not, or if I just thought about it and maybe didn't say it, but I kind of was hoping that they do something with the TVA in this movie, and I was so glad to have that validated with this trailer. I thought it feels like a no-brainer for them to do TVA. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it makes a world of sense. Like, what better way to take him out of the timeline and reinsert him and all of this, and yeah, so that's a lot of fun. I think that's fantastic. And then yeah, and the fourth wall breaks are back, of course, and not that they went anywhere. Excellent. Gotta love them. Gotta love them. Yeah, that was just great. I like the little touches of, like, of him saluting Cap when he's watching the footage of him. I thought that was fun. And then the whole, like, there's a downed 20th Century Fox logo in the background, which has been public knowledge for a while now because of the set photos that leaked. But to see glimpses of it in this little trailer were nice. I'm so curious as to the context of it. I mean, obviously there's going to be a meta commentary on Disney acquiring Fox and stuff, and
well, he does mention Marvel's cinematic universe.
So it's just, yeah, there's going to be this whole meta story, which is going to be great. So I'm looking forward to watching that unfold. And it's interesting, though, I will say that I'm glad that they kind of held back on revealing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine here, but at the same time, they've called the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, and they didn't really show us any Wolverine in this trailer. So I'm like, two minds about it. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Teaser.
It's a good teaser. It's a very good teaser. Yeah. So, yeah, some great action shots. And just some fantastic looking scenes that we're gonna see. And yeah, I can't wait. This looks so much fun. It's gonna be kick ass. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it the fuck on. Fulya, what did you think of this trailer?
Oh my gosh, I was laughing through the whole thing. I actually really enjoyed it. Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to watching this. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great entertainment. Like, just all those fourth wall breaks, they're gonna kill me, I think.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill me.
The best.
And yeah, Ryan Reynolds is just amazing. Like, honestly, he can do no wrong. He's just an awesome actor and human being, and
Yeah.
just his humor is on point. Like I love Ryan. He's amazing. And yeah, just the fact that he gets to work with his best buddy on a movie now,
Yeah.
which is really good. But yeah, no, I am so hyped. I'm very pumped to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. It's going to be good fun. And yeah, I think the whole crowd, whoever's in that cinema, that they're all going to be rolling on the floor, laughing.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Yes.
That is a fact. Michael, what about yourself? Did you enjoy this trailer?
Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, for a Marvel film. It looks alright, I guess. I suppose we'll get back on that hamster wheel and watch another Marvel thing. Hopefully it'll be good.
Hopefully it will.
Yeah, it will be. It'll be good. There's a huge hype, and it's fantastic. It's something for the fans. It's something for people who don't know much, but walked into Deadpool. It's like, this is something new and different and R-rated. Can't wait for it. Can't wait for that. And which will be a bit tricky, because if this is a quintessentially a movie to watch to understand a bit more of what's outside of the Marvel universe, this is something else like creeping in, and to be part of the same story within what's happening with like Secret Wars and all that. Bit hard, because they like to play it safe of making it like PG-13 or anything like that, so a lot more people can come and watch. I mean, kids aren't not going to be watching this and like getting like the full story of the multiverse. We're still dealing with the multiverse, and even though people are sick of the multiverse, I think people are going to be interested in this because it's going to be the X-Men universe without being the actual X-Men within the MCU. So that's very interesting, and I'll be watching it for that. And it feels like it's going to be a good hurrah to the Fox universe as well. Like bringing back Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. We saw a little bit of Pyro from X-Men 2. And there's going to be a lot of cameos. We're hoping for a lot of cameos. I want to see Chris Evans with the fake out. It's like, it's Captain America. No, it's the Human Torch.
Yeah. that would be so fucking good if they did that. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, by looking at the cast list, I mean, there's some characters in here that have already been confirmed, but they weren't in the trailer.
No, they'll be saving it. Yeah. There's no word if Josh Brolin's going to be in it as Cable.
No.
Which could be interesting, because he's also Thanos at the same time. They could have did something. But nah, it's all good. Just do Chris Evans. He just comes back for a little cameo for the Fantastic Four, the old Fantastic Four. And just
that'd be great.
and then he gets killed by Deadpool.
Yeah.
With a fire extinguisher.
And then he comes back to life as Captain America.
No.
Reborn.
No.
Reincarnation.
No, just kill them off. Just kill them all.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Go like John Krasinski and spiggity fire him and blow up their head. It's like, no more of him.
No more of him.
Were you happy that you got to saw your dream casting and then killed?
And then it's gone.
No more.
Yeah. No more. He dead now.
Yeah. It's all right. I can always
he very
hope
dead.
and dream that that Emily Blunt is Sue Storm. Anyway.
In a universe out there, she is.
Yeah.
So.
Anything's possible with imagination. So, speaking of imagination, when is this coming out?
Well, I can tell you, but you didn't want to touch on the Doctor Doom potentiality.
Yeah, I forgot about that setup that I deliberately did. Yeah, there's the comic version of Secret Wars that's got Doctor Doom on the cover.
Yes. It looks like they might be doing some kind of Secret Wars, because I think there's like a whole storyline where Deadpool was involved in his own Secret Wars or something. I think.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
Like killing the Marvel universe, and then killing his creators.
Yeah. So maybe they're doing something with that.
Yeah, and it's not in the trailer, but it's confirmed that Dogpool's going to be in it as well.
Yeah, Dogpool.
Yeah, somewhere.
Dogpool.
So there's different Deadpools variations. Was it?
Yeah.
Variants. That's it.
Variants. Yeah, there will be variants. Yes.
And there could be a lot of variants of Wolverine as well. A lot of people are speculating. I don't know, dream casting, Joel Edgerton, Daniel Radcliffe. Who knows?
Yeah, a lot of people online think that the scene at the poker table or whatever with you see his back, they think that's Daniel Radcliffe. Yeah. So, which is interesting. I would love to see that.
Yeah, and
that would be great.
And then he gets killed.
And then he dies.
Yeah,
he'll die.
I can't wait for all the deaths.
All of the deaths.
All
right.
Deaths. The death of the Fox universe.
The death of the Fox universe.
Yeah,
yes.
I know it's probably not going to be there, but I want Patrick Stewart to come back just to die again and again and again. How many times? He probably died 5 times or something.
A lot.
Yeah.
Not as much as other characters, but yeah, he's died a bit.
Keeps coming back.
He keeps coming back.
He also died in the cartoon as well, because canonically, he's the same guy in the cartoon.
Correct.
So when is this coming out?
Indeed. Yes. Well, it is coincidentally coming out a whole year to the day before Fantastic Four. So it's going to be out on the 25th of July.
Woo.
Birthday present.
Yeah, a nice birthday present for yourself. That's good.
Buy your own ticket.
We love to see it. Yeah, that just made me realize for the first time in fucking, I can't remember how long, I'm not going to have a Marvel movie to go see for my birthday. My birthday tradition is over. Oh no.
And mine's starting.
And yours is starting, yes.
Yeah.
We're entering Fulya's era.
Marvel Universe. And nothing comes out in February. Especially the start of February.
Black Panther came out in Feb. I suppose, it came out probably mid-Feb, I think, from memory.
Yeah, it's always the start of Feb because, January is always the dead spot with the movies.
Yeah. It's like New Year's Day is like the last hurrah for the big movies, and then they just fucking, trash dump.
Yeah. I get jack shit on my birthday.
No.
No, I got a massage. It was great. Full body massage.
Oh, good.
Needed it.
Love that. Love that. All right, let's move on, shall we? We've got our second trailer to talk about. And that is for the movie adaptation of the game Borderlands. This one has been in the works for quite some time, and it's finally almost here. I really hope this movie is as good and fun as it looks because this trailer did such a good job of selling me this film. It looks great. It looks fun. The cast is fantastic. Um, yeah. I played a tiny bit of this game back in the day when it
Yeah.
came out. Or I at least watched some friends play it. I remember that much. But I don't really remember anything about it apart from like I really loved the style of it and the animation was really cool and unique for its time with that game. So yeah, I'm keen for this film adaptation. You know, the gaming to movie translation has gotten a lot better in recent years, which is about fucking time. So I really hope that this trend continues with this film. And I just love Kate Blanchett so much. She's hot as fuck and badass and Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. I love to see it. So
Oi,
yeah.
oi.
Oi, oi, oi. And then the fact that Jack Black is voicing Claptrap is just like the best fucking casting choice. So that's just great. So I'm fucking in on Borderlands. I'm in. So please be good. Please. Fulya. Do you have any thoughts? I don't know if you've ever played Borderlands or know much about it, but do you have any? What did you think about this trailer? What do you reckon?
I've never played Borderlands, so I have no idea what to expect. So if this is what Borderlands is supposed to be like in the game, then cool. But you know, it does look like it's gonna be some fun. You know, Kevin Hart's playing a little bit more of a serious role compared to what he normally plays. Even though it's still like got some humor in it and all that sort of stuff, but it's not his usual Kevin Hart humor, which is going to be interesting. Kate Blanchett, oh my gosh, I would turn for her. She is amazing. She is my favorite actress.
Right. I mean, if my sexuality is ever in doubt, you just show me pictures of her and I'm good.
Yep. She is just gorgeous. But just in terms of her acting prowess, she is a legend.
Yeah.
I love her work. She's so good. So the fact that she's literally the lead in this particular movie, I was actually like I feel like I may like this particular movie has gone under the radar for me because I had no idea that she was even cast in this. Actually, I didn't even know that any of these people were cast in this, to be honest. So it must have just blown over me because I wasn't really that interested in it because I've never played the video game before. So I feel like just watching that trailer, it's kind of piqued my interest a little bit to at least watch the movie. I don't think I'll be playing the game ever.
I've got it if you want to borrow it.
No, I'm good, thank you.
You got an Xbox?
Yeah, but it doesn't take disc.
What?
It's a digital only.
That
you can
sucks.
It's
you
a
can
digital
download the
only.
game.
Yeah, I mean, I could download the game if I really wanted to. I'm not really that interested in it. But you know what? I might watch the movie. So, and then everyone else can tell me if it was sort of akin to the video game itself, if it can compare in some way. Jack Black just, you know, voicing a little droid. It's kind of funny. Who's also expelling themselves.
That was great. That's the kind of toilet humor I can get behind.
Hey.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks like it'll be good fun. The other thing I will mention is Tiny Tina is a character that got a side, like its own spin-off a video game. Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Wonderland, yeah.
So if this does do a good job, there's a possibility that they might make that into a movie too, but who knows? So if this is successful enough, that it might happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I thought of the trailer.
Might be. Nice, thank you very much. Mike, what about you?
Oh.
Do you ever dabble in the Borderlands world before?
I have. Way back when I was going to uni, I had a housemate who was like really into it, especially when like Borderlands 2 came out, and that's where you get introduced to Tiny Tina, not as a playable character, but you get missions from her, and a lot of these characters that we see, you get missions from. You don't necessarily play them. It's more akin of in this trailer, it's a group that go down on a planet to more of a heist things that you can do different missions, but there's a main goal and everything like that. And with this, and Tiny Tina was like a fan favorite, and that's why she got her own game. And Claptrap is also a fan favorite as well. Some people may found him annoying because he didn't really have the voice of Jack Black. It was more of a howdy doody do, how you doing, meatbag, and very very tongue in cheek, like with Tiny Tina, it's like this prepubescent like little girl that likes blowing up bandits and all their stuff. A lot of that humor. And with this trailer, I'm a little bit concerned because it definitely has, Guardians of the Galaxy was a thing. Let's do that. It's like,
Yeah. I feel like this movie probably wouldn't exist without Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people, some fans are a bit standoffish. It's like, it's the wrong song. You should do. They had like songs in the game, and it was more of akin to, and they were hoping to more of akin to that. It's like, yeah, I sort of agree. So I'm a bit wary of it, and there's also like the production of it was a bit of an uphill battle, like people leaving, and also the writer didn't want their name on this, so they said, I don't want my name on this. So that's a bit of a food for thought. But if people who don't know of it, then maybe it's something for you guys, and you can dabble into it. And and my roommate unfortunately is no longer with us, so he didn't really get to see it. So I suppose he wouldn't like it either. But like diehard fans, like, no, not Jack Black, not Kevin Hart. What the fuck is this? This isn't Jumanji.
This isn't Jumanji.
This isn't Jumanji. But yeah, Kate Blanchett is pretty cool in this, and also Jamie Lee Curtis as well.
Yeah, really cool to see her in a movie like this for sure.
Yeah,
The character seems like she doesn't know what she's doing with guns.
Probably a pacifist, which is kind of ironic because the main like draw card for this game is like a shitload of guns. Like like they're I don't know what you call, but every gun is like different, so you can like they got different specs and all this, and it's like a random thing. Like every time you go into a chest, it's like this random stuff. It's like, oh, I can grab this, and you're constantly using them and chucking them around. It's like it's very gun heavy sort of thing. So yeah, very gun toty game, and I do like my toilet humor. It's sort of a weird character choice for Claptrap to start shitting and then saying, "It's like I can't shoot while you're seeing me." Actually, no, it's working. It's like, okay, it's that sort of okay. But could be fun.
It'd be fun.
Could be fun. One and done. When is this coming out, Ken?
One and done. Well, Borderlands is coming out later on in the year, on the 9th of August.
Just in time for Christmas.
Well, it's also like, like a week or so after Fulya's birthday, so a belated present for her if she so feels.
Yeah, you like games.
Two
Yeah.
movies, yay!
Yeah, 2 movies for you, yay!
Game adaptation.
Yep. All right, let's keep the ball rolling. We've got one more trailer to talk about, and that was another one of the big trailers that was dropped during the Super Bowl 2 weeks ago, almost. But it's a teaser for Wicked Part 1. So we're getting 2 movies.
Okay.
And they split it in 2. But this is our first look at this adaptation of the very famous musical. And this reimagining of the world of L. Frank Baum. I've seen the stage show. I remember really enjoying it. I would like to go see it again. I think it's about to play here again.
I've never
Soon?
watched it.
It's good. It's good. The songs are great. And it's
So
a
I
really
hear.
yeah, it's a really like from what I remember, it's like a really interesting sort of story about about the witches and getting their backstory. Especially the Wicked Witch of the West. She's they do her really well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. I keep needing to remind myself though that Ariana Grande was an actress before she was a successful singer. Because I was like, oh, is she going to be any good? I'm like, no, she can act. It's fine. I'm just not her biggest fan. So, but I'm sure I'll get past it. However, Cynthia Erivo is freaking amazing in everything she does. So I can't wait to see her take on Elphaba, the bad witch, the green witch. Jeff Goldblum is playing the wizard. So, that's always a good thing.
I was wondering if that was him, because the first time we get a glimpse of him, I'm like, hold on, is that who I think it is? And then we see him again, I'm like, oh yes, this is cool.
Yeah, I had to IMDb double check, and I was like, wait, was that Jeff Goldblum? So that's very, very cool. It looks really great. Like, the only other concern I think I have is maybe it might be a bit of a CG fest, but whatever. Modern day Hollywood's gonna do that. That's fine, I guess. But it looks really pretty and beautiful, and the songs are gonna be great. And I just hope it translates well to the big screen. So I'm definitely gonna be watching this. Fully, I know you said you haven't seen the stage show or anything. You don't know much about it, but are you interested in checking this out?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely keen to see it. I mean, I would love to see the stage show as well, to be honest. Ever since my best friend Marie she's been boasting about it so much, and I think she's seen the stage show like twice or maybe 3 times. Like she loves the soundtrack of that musical.
Nice.
So much so that she's seen the bloody show quite a few times. So I'm not sure how keen she's going to be on actually watching the film version, because of maybe the actors might be something that she might disagree with. But in terms of just me, like I said, I really want to see the stage show, so I might actually go out and watch it myself as well. It makes sense, the type of actors that they've chosen for this. A lot of them are, either musical performers or singers themselves. So it actually makes sense, the casting that they've done. Michelle Yeoh is one is the one that I wasn't expecting to see. However, she's been coming up a lot as well. Like maybe not as much as like a Pedro Pascal, but her fame and success has got her into quite a lot more films in the last few years, which is really cool to see. But hopefully, we don't get oversaturated. Same sort of deal as what Pedro's been happening. So, yeah, I mean, she's not a lead character, so it's, I suppose in that instance it's not so bad. She's just more of a like a side character of some sorts, I think. But yeah, no, the trailer looked interesting. Like I know nothing about the story, so I'd be keen. Yeah, like regardless, I'm gonna be keen to check it out. So yeah, I'll be watching this.
Great.
Yeah.
Nice. Mike, what about you? Have you seen the musical before?
I have. When it first came out in Melbourne, and I admire your enthusiasm. Personal opinion. I think it sucked.
Ooh.
Yes, go tear it to shreds. Do it.
No. And I already know where the cutoff point is going to be for the second film.
Yeah, right.
It's basically where the interval happens, if you've seen it.
Sure.
So
I don't remember.
Yeah, so essentially it's the start, the prequel story, which is probably going to be the first one, and the second story is going to be the story that coincides of Wizard of Oz that we know of.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then the things at the end as well. So it's going to be like that. I'm not a big fan of the musical. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a little bit overblown. I don't see people's enthusiasm for it. I thought, yeah, it's okay, I guess. But yeah, Gravity is the song Gravity.
Defying Gravity.
Defying Gravity. Yeah, sure, cool. I mean, being a ballad and something that is passionate and what's the word? Where not bellow, but yeah, it's that sort of song that get you pumped, and they do play it in this, and don't expect it to be in the middle of the show. It will be at the end.
Yeah.
To get you hyped for the next bit. So cool. Okay. Cool, but why does it need to be 2 movies? I don't know why. Okay, I might go and watch The Wiz instead. Apparently there's going to be a remake of The Wiz. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that.
Yeah, I'm probably talking shit. But yeah, there are a lot of fans for this, and I'm happy for them to like it. I don't like yucking people's yums, but people find pleasure in it, and cool. And yeah, Jeff Goldblum would be a nice pick for the wizard, the Wizard of Oz, and we get to dive into his story as well a bit more. Yeah, and won't spoil it for Fulya because I think you will see it. So when is Fulya going to see it?
Fulya and us, well, and me, we'll be watching Wicked Part 1 on the 28th of November.
I don't know if I'm going to be in the country, but that's yes. Anyway.
Well, you can watch it at some point.
Yes.
Whatever postcode that you're in.
Whatever time zone you're in.
Yeah.
Yes.
In November.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, November. No, never mind.
Okay.
It's fine. I'll be in
Okay.
the country by then. That's fine.
Okay.
Hopefully
We're
in
all
this
good
country.
people.
Because the end of November, who knows if the world will be changed for the better anyway.
Yeah, look. Let's not worry about that now.
Why not? I'm worried about it now.
Not a political show. Not a political show.
Yeah.
But it's a show that doesn't behave.
Yes, it is the podcast that refuses to behave, which is why we're approaching the 2-hour mark, and haven't even hit the next segment, which is it's now time
For
the place and the spot and the thing and the whatever I usually say, because it is now
Con culture.
Woo.
yeah, boy.
Yeah,
It's
boy.
popcorn culture time.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for us to come together and discuss our thoughts on the first 3 episodes of the final season of The Bad Batch.
Aww.
Yeah, the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end. Oh, so sad. Yeah. Oh, well, my overall thoughts. Yeah, it was a soft beginning. I would say, like, good. It was good. I would say episodes 1 and 3 are probably the strongest of the whole lot, especially episode 3. Episode 3 was excellent. And episode 2 was fine. Of course, because we've obviously got to see what Hunter and Wrecker are doing while they're trying to find Omega.
The remainder.
Yeah, like that. I mean, we'll talk about it later, but like that, seeing that reminder of like, oh, it's just the two of them now.
Yeah.
That was a
They
little.
they went from like, what was it, 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had 6. Well, 6. I think if you include Omega, right?
She's a clone, yeah.
Because there was Tech and Crosshair and Echo, and then Hunter and Wrecker, and so that's 5, and then Omega makes 6. So fucking gut punch. Yeah. But anyway, I thought this was good. Like, it was great to see to spend some more time with Omega, and like to give her the spotlight, really, and she held it quite well. And clearly a lot of time has passed because she's grown a bit. She's her hair's grown a bit. She's it's been a minute since she's been in the captivity of the Empire. But no, I thought this was a really, like I said, soft way to start the season, but I think it worked really well, and it set up everything it needed to set up, and now hopefully in the week coming we'll get to see what's left of the batch reunited, which would be really cool. And oh my god, Crosshair, so happy he's coming back into the fold. It's really nice. That is going to be an interesting reunion with the rest of them. But yes, we'll see how that plays out. Fulya, what did you think overall of these 3 episodes?
No, you're right. They were a bit like just like a soft way of starting off what's going to be an intense season, I think.
Yeah.
Especially being that it is the final season. So, these first 3 episodes were really good. They covered quite a bit, to be honest. Like, it didn't feel like a lot, but it kind of was at the same time. Just the whole idea that Omega still kind of is still the same, even though she's grown up physically, but just mentally she's still in that same sort of mindset. I think she's matured a little bit in a sense.
A little bit.
Yeah. And but she's still got the whole, need to get out of here, need to find a way out, escape, and all that sort of stuff, sort of planning in her mind. She's still that kind-hearted clone that'll, go around and help people and creatures, which was really nice to see as well. What surprised me a little bit was Nala Se, with the way that she was helping Omega, because she knew what the Empire was looking for. So it was, but then you've also got that extra, I think what was her name again? The other clone that said that she was Omega's sister. Was it Emery? Emery Carr?
Yeah,
No?
yeah.
Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's her name. Yeah.
And so, like, it was interesting to see Emery in the way that she was, like, her character, sort of starting off as being this, must follow the instructions of the Empire, to a point where, because she's been, talking to Omega a lot, and kind of supervising her in a way as well, to then getting to a point where she's just maybe sort of slightly being nicer towards her as well. Like when she gave her back her doll, which was, that was a nice gesture. But she was still the Empire's lackey. So it was like, even though she was being a little bit nice, she didn't turn away from what she had to do because she was told to do it. So when she's instructed to do something, she'll do it regardless because she is a clone.
And good soldiers follow orders.
Exactly. Exactly. You know what? I also liked the fact that Omega was constantly going down to see Crosshair in his cell.
Yeah.
And even though Crosshair was like, you're going to get yourself in trouble if you get caught down here, why do you keep coming back?
Yeah.
And it was just, I suppose it was just her way, like Omega's way of trying to reconnect with him, and also, being sort of trying to get him back in the crew, essentially. Trying to change his mind and all that sort of stuff.
Well, yeah, she's like, I'm not going to leave you behind.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
No matter what he says, he thinks after everything he's done, he deserves to be where he is.
Yeah.
And he's not entirely wrong, but someone like Omega is going to be like, no, even you can be saved, and I'm going to save you. So
yeah,
I think
and you're my brother.
Yeah. And you're my fucking brother, exactly.
Yeah. So no, these first 3 episodes, very strong start. Really enjoyed them. And I can't wait to find out what happens next. So it's going to be really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Mike, what about you? Did you enjoy these first 3?
Yeah, very good, strong beginning after a year, and finding out where we are at this present time, and a little bit of a time jump, which is called for. I mean, I'd like to see these characters grow and where they are. I just feel for Omega at the moment. She's sort of learning to be reliant on herself, except for being in a group. So she's got some urgency on her side, so that's good. And basically, and the sort of interaction that she has with Crosshair with the episode 1 and 3, and holding her own, and and she's not the little girl anymore from what's the planet's called? Camino. Yes. Camino. And I did like the ticking clock of checking the blood. It's like click, 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 ha ha. Ticking clock.
That was getting quite intense.
That was cool.
Yeah. So sometimes,
really cool.
sometimes old tropes are welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
And with the second one, as I did appreciate of where the remainders of the Bad Batch are and what they're doing and tying up loose ends with the syndicate and yeah, and I love the fact that we're still doing the like each week, even though this came out on the same day. But each episode has their sort of own flair, sort of small taste, and it definitely harkens back to some cosmic horror. I like that, especially in a kids show where you get to see it's like this is like Alien. I like it. It's scary. And speaking of which, Fulya, not to do tangents right here, but you might have trouble with one of the episodes of Avatar. Maybe.
Okay.
Oh no.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Even I was going, I don't like it.
I don't like
There's some
it.
scary bits in that. Yeah, so overall, it's a good, like, strong take. Good, strong comeback for the last season, which is season 3. So, I like the fact that they're embracing is like, this is the story that we want to do, and we're going to leave it like this. It was like, great. I like it. Don't overstay your welcome.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're saying, go away.
Yeah.
No more. Leave it be.
Yeah. Yeah. They picked their story, and they knew what they were gonna do, and yeah, it's paying off. So yeah. Well, yeah, first episode I really enjoyed. I don't know if it might have been my favorite of the 3. I don't know. I mean, the third episode was very good, but just in terms of like establishing like Omega's new world and how she's living now and what she has to deal with and all of that, I thought it was really well done. Like you kind of said with the ticking clock of the blood thing, like the fact that a lot of the sequences and the scenes like ended with like a cut to the blood going around. Like I thought that was very eerie and chilling and very good. I'm like, it's almost like only Star Wars, like or just Star Wars is just very good at doing adult stuff in kids programs. Sneaking in some kind of things that aren't necessarily for kids in terms of themes and visuals and stuff. So I kind of like that. It was good. I don't really know what to touch on. We've all kind of really started going into it already, so I don't know where to go. But yeah, no, I thought it was good. All right, well, I suppose one thing of contention that I liked, one point of it was Omega's relationship with the creature she called Badger. I thought that was Badger. Was it Badger?
I think it was Betcha.
I think you're just hearing the Kiwi accent.
Badger.
Let me.
Was it Batcher or Betcha?
I think it's Badger, as in Badger. But that's just me. Hang on one moment.
Oh, Batcher.
Let's see if
I've got the wiki.
Batcher.
It's Batcher. Oh, I was hearing it wrong.
Yeah, Bad Batch. Batcher. So.
Batcher.
Yeah.
Ah, so she was just calling it Batcher.
Batcher.
Bad Batcher.
Betcha.
It sounded like she was saying Badger to me. All right. And I was like, oh, okay.
Badger.
Yeah. I suppose it makes sense. Like, why would she call the creature a badger when, badgers don't exist in space? Anyway, it's fine. Don't ignore me. Batcher. Yes, I like
Star Wars names are
I
weird.
like that.
It's okay.
Star Wars names are weird. It's fine. Yeah, no, I really liked that she wasn't like afraid, like because even like we have that the time we see that their first meeting, it's not actually their first meeting, but it's the first time we see them, and she's all being friendly and calling it by its name, and yeah, and the creature, I think it's a female. She's so like aggressive and scary. But yeah, Omega's just like, no, I'm gonna help you. You know, I'm gonna here's some real food, and you're gonna eat this, and you're gonna be okay, and all of that. Like, I just like the fact that Omega is just, she's gotten so brave, you know. I mean, she's had to, obviously, but I just really like that she's not, you know, she's not this kind of stereotypical whiny, you know,
Yeah.
kid, I guess. You know, she's very, you know, she's very in charge of what she does, and she's not really afraid of things that someone her age should probably be afraid of, you know. I
She's
think that's really, really cool.
She's definitely grown as a character since the first season, where she was like getting into shit.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And we were all pissed off. It's like, stop it. Stop being the kid getting into shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad they grew her out of all that stuff, because yeah, that was part of, for me, I think that was part of what made the first season a bit rough to watch at times, because it was like, oh, Omega's gone off again and done some trouble. Oh no,
Fennec
how will the
Shan
batch get out of
is
this?
trying to get it.
Yeah, Fennec Shan is trying to catch her. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, we started seeing some of that progression with her in season 2 as well. Like, you know, the fact that they let her use a weapon, and she's going on missions with them as part of the team. And now, you know, she's learnt, you know, she's learnt so much from them, and she's applying those skills, you know, to get herself out of there. I mean, you know, in the 3rd episode, I love the moment of like, did you get taught Plan 72 or whatever Crosshair says, and then she's like, yeah, Tech made sure I memorized all the plans. And Cross is like, of course he did. I just thought that was cool. She's truly one of them, and it's really nice. So, yeah.
And that's the thing. Does
I thought it was-
Crosshair know?
Does Crosshair know about Tech? I don't know.
Well, that'll be interesting if they reveal it to him and whether he finds out.
I'm still holding on to hope that he's not dead, but I shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar in that regard as well. I'm just like, oh, but is he really? Like, he may have had to cut that cable so that, you know, they can pull that weight and then they can, you know, go off freely. But did he have something that maybe soften the blow when he fell in some way? I don't know.
His great big brain. He fell on his great big brain and he survived. But didn't Hemlock have his goggles or something like that? It's been ages.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we found these.
Yeah, I think.
They're
so.
the last
Yeah,
things
yeah,
that we found. It's like, cool. Okay. Still, if you don't see a body, did it really happen?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, see, I had that same thought, and I was thinking about it today while I was watching these episodes, and I'm like, but you know, and I don't know if you've seen Last Crusade, Indiana Jones' Last Crusade, Fulya. Have you seen that movie?
Is that the most recent one?
No, that's the one with the one with Sean Connery from the late 80s.
Oh yeah,
the
no,
third
I've
one.
seen him. Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the movie, fucking Elsa dies. She falls through the fucking crack in the earth and into the mist, and we know she's dead, but we don't see her body. But we know she's dead.
Oh, she's dead.
She's dead.
She flew too
So
close to the sun, and she
yeah,
died.
exactly. Yeah. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, okay, well, there's that argument, but again, it's a kids show, and it would suck for that not to. But it also, in a show like this, it kind of makes sense if something like a death like that would stand because of, you know, the fight that these guys are in, you know. So, yep. Anyway,
Well,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Yeah, cool. I kind of just want to skip to the second episode, unless anyone has anything else they want to say about the first episode, because there's not really much to unpack, I guess.
Not really.
No, it's just a very melancholy episode. Dealing with what do we do now? Just keep grasp of your reality, and that's a little toy. We can cut to the second episode where Hunter's looking at the stuffed toy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's It's a lot.
Mm.
It's a lot. Yeah. So there's some interesting stuff happening in the second episode. The first of which, I don't know if you guys recognize the voice of that Lady Durand or whatever her name was.
Issa Durand.
Issa Durand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I honestly had no idea who it was, but I'm looking at IMDb now.
Yeah, I know. That's how I found out, because I was like, wait, I know that fucking voice. Where have I heard that voice before? And it was fucking Angelica Houston. And I was like, oh, damn. She's in Star Wars now. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's funny, I was like gearing up for an episode dealing with these people, and then we fucking switch, and it's just like the setup for the episode, like, no, they're here to get some intel to find Omega. But I kind of liked that as well. But these her kingdom or whatever, her own kind of business she had going on seemed pretty sinister, and like I kind of like the idea of this, it's kind of a classic trope, this throne room with like, a king or a queen at the head, and they're like, I'm going to pass judgment on you. That whole thing. I don't know if you guys were getting nervous when, Hunter and Wrecker walked in and stood on the red thing. And
I was like, a little bit, yeah.
I'm like, the only part that made me think that, well, obviously nothing was going to happen to them, but like the only part that gave me, hope was the fact that they brought in one of the thingos.
The Pikes.
The Pikes, thank you. They brought in one of the Pikes, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is fine. This is fine. We're okay. Yeah, but I really like them. I don't know. Did you guys have any thoughts on the intro? Did it make an impact for you?
Not really. Like they were interesting characters, to be honest. So they were, yeah. They were quite, I had no idea what was happening when they started off with that, before Hunter and Wrecker came in. So yeah, like it was an interesting way to start the episode, but like I don't know if I don't know whether we're gonna see them again in a future episode. I feel like we might come across them maybe one more time.
Yeah, maybe.
Just because they did a favor for them, even though they got what they needed. They might end up having to help them again in some way. But yeah, no, it was an interesting way to start the episode. So it didn't really, I don't know, like my head wasn't really at the, oh, I wonder what this is all about type of situation.
It's like, no, I want them to get back with Omega and Crosshair.
Yeah, it's kind of where my head was at. It's like, why aren't you looking for Omega? What is going on?
Let's not do detours. No.
Hey, they were getting intel.
After when they mentioned that they were looking, they were looking for information. That's when I was like, okay, all right, that makes sense now.
Sweet, love it.
Yeah. Yeah,
just nice. Some tie-ups of previous shows, which I don't mind. Yeah, I think they're going to go into brass tacks. It's like, this is the story now.
Yeah,
we're not going to detour. It's like, oh, what is the Rancor, the little Rancor up to? Who cares? Let's just go.
Just go.
He's going to die in the future. We know that. Even though it's a different one. It's like, no, I don't care.
It's a different one, yeah.
In my head canon, they're setting that little guy up to die.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah, well, they get this intel, and then they travel to the planet where they think the base is going to be, and then they find out that it's been completely decimated. And which is a nice little twist, But what I really liked was kind of getting to see another side again of the clones, by meeting these, kind of teenage clones that were experimented on and managed to escape before, the Empire left the facility, before the whole thing got bombed and stuff. And I kind of liked what they did with them in terms of, like, they're there trying to survive, themselves. But at the same time, you kind of wonder the whole time whether or not they're gonna, betray Hunter and Wrecker at all, and you get that moment of like, okay, there's ships there, let's go, we're going to escape. So I'm really glad that they didn't obviously do that, and they came to save the day and help them, which was good. But you know what the really cool thing about these young teenage troopers is that they were voiced by Julian Dennison and Daniel Logan, who was the original Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones, which I thought was, yeah. I'm like, that's sick. That's really sick that they got him to come back and do the voice. So, yeah, I thought that was worth a mention. I liked it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Very, very cool. Fulya, did you have any thoughts on the younger clones?
Yeah, I was kind of in the similar boat as you when they first meet them, because they were very distrusting of outsiders, which kind of makes sense because, you know, they had a hard time with the Empire, and then they ended up escaping and becoming like refugees, essentially. And they had to survive because the planet was abandoned. The lab was abandoned. Because of an experiment that went wrong, and then all these toxic vines decided to
some
cover it up.
Lovecraftian shit. I love it.
Yeah.
The hills of
yeah, so
Iris.
I kind of understand how they were feeling in that sense when they first meet, you know, Hunter and Wrecker. But then when they get to a point where they, you know, they had to sort of split off and do what they needed to find some more information about like the whereabouts of where Omega could have been taken to. When the other two decided to go and look for their ship, I was like, oh, please don't. Like I knew there was going to be this sort of like this turn where they were going to go and sort of betray them in a way. And I had a feeling it was coming, and then when it happened, I was like, oh, there it is. And then I was worried that they were going to take off, but then when shit hit the fan down in the at the lab, they came in with the rescue, and I was like, okay, good, this is what I like to see. None of this taking off the ship and leaving them on the planet.
No.
But the other thing was like they couldn't abandon their brother, so they kind of had to come back to get him. So luckily, you know, they decided to not be those type of people and head off without him. So yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah, nice. Mike, do you have any similar or different thoughts, or what did you make of them?
Yeah, I actually quite like this episode.
Nice.
and it being like a three-parter all at once. Yeah, I wanted them to get back to the main, but it was actually a good solid episode, and I felt like it had like elements of, you know, Lord of the Flies with the kids like defending for themselves, as well as a Lovecraftian monster at the end. And also because I've been playing Last of Us Part 2, and I've just recently like tried to escape this similar situation. It's like I was in my element. It's like I'm getting flashbacks. I'm getting PTSD. Scary in the dark. And it's a plant-based creature. It's like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I love it when stuff like that happens. And yeah, and then they get onto the mission, and I was happy as well that it didn't really turn out to be as like, oh, they're going to do the. Because I think they already did something like that previously in the second season, of meeting someone and they screw them over and stealing their ship, and then they spent the next episode trying to get their ship back. It's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Let's streamline this shit. Let's get to the end. I love it. It's all good.
Yeah, no. I kind of can appreciate a detour from the main story when it's like only just slightly to the left of the main story, I guess. Like they were there because they're trying to get to Omega. It wasn't, yeah. It wasn't as bad as like a Canto Bight detour if you want to make another Star Wars reference. But yeah, it's fine. You're talking about the creature. That was kind of cool. I didn't love the name of it though, but I'm like, well, what else I guess would they call it? Slithervines is fine. I mean, it is what it says on the tin, so I
Yeah.
guess that's totally fine. And I like the fact that it was something that the Empire created, like the fact that they created this monster. Accident. The only thing I would say about it is that it reminded me a lot of the Sarlacc pit in a way, like the fact that it's like at the center of it was this like circular thing with lots of teeth and
Yeah.
all of it. It was very Sarlacc pit-esque, so I found that interesting.
You see, George, you don't need to add a fucking beak.
Yeah. That's not to go on a tangent, but that's still probably one of my least favorite things about the re-releases of the original. Like they made the Sarlacc pit less terrifying. It was already more terrifying as it was, and then they made it worse. Like, okay, all right. Or George, sure, if you say so.
It's like poetry.
Yeah, cool.
It's like it rhymes.
It rhymes.
A big anus with teeth.
A big anus with teeth. Yeah. We love it. Cool. Well, shall we move on to the final episode?
Yes.
Yeah. So the final episode you could really just watch without the second one in the middle, I suppose, in terms of the continuity of it. But obviously we want to know what the rest of the batch are up to, so it's fine. But no, this was a good episode. Some tension really ramped up here. The stakes were raised with a visit from the Emperor to Tantus, to the base. And Nala Se coming out with a win, being like, you need to get the hell out of here. You gotta go, girl.
At the stroke of midnight, you need to scray.
Yeah, the fuck scray, yes. Literally, I think the only criticism about this episode I have is there's a moment where it's near the beginning when Nala Se is explaining to Omega, like, you're in danger, you need to go.
It went for a while, didn't it?
Well, it was just the fact that Omega's like, oh, so that's why you've been destroying my samples. I'm like, come on. I know it's a kid's show, but fuck me. She's not that stupid.
She can't be that dense.
No, I thought that was the only moment I was like, I don't agree with that. But apart from that, like, yeah, I thought it was great the fact that Omega was able to, listen to Nala Se and take her advice and just figure a way out successfully. Like get that tablet, get to Crosshair, get him out successfully, and then next step. And the fact that she was able to convince him to just go along with it, like, I think he might have been past the point of just caring. Like, well, why not? Let's just see. We're not going to get out of here, but I'll go along for the ride. I'll do what you say. It's fine. It can't be worse than being locked away. Well, dead, I guess. But yeah. But no, I really liked how Omega really took control in this episode and figured a plan out. And
improvised though it may have been.
Yeah, very improvised, and yeah, and it almost obviously didn't work. But yeah, the fact that they were able to get out and then Batcher saved the day, as I knew she would, and then they were able to get the hell out of Tantus safely. Yeah. I had to do a moment of like because I thought maybe I couldn't remember why Hemlock wanted Omega, and I thought he knew that she was like special in that regard, but no, I think it was he wanted her there to make Nalase do what he wanted her to do, like she was leverage or whatever. But
Yeah,
because
pretty
like there
much.
was, yeah, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. But yeah,
He knew of the special relationship. He didn't know why, but
Why?
he could manipulate what he wanted with it.
yeah.
And then by the end of it, it's like, oh, damn.
Oh shit, I fucked up. Yeah, Fulya, what did you think of Omega being badass and awesome in this episode?
Like it was done really well. I just wish, like you, that she that she realized what was going on with the blood like earlier. First episode would have
Yeah.
been great, not the third one. But no, it was really good. And especially the fact that she also risked her own life to then go and save Crosshair as well to get him out, because obviously she was saying, I'm not leaving you behind, you're coming with me regardless of whether you want to or not. And just the fact that, you know, Crosshair is just like, you didn't plan this out, what is happening? Because he likes structure, he doesn't like being, he doesn't like improvisation. He likes plans.
He likes to keep his eye on the ball.
Exactly. And it was really good to see those two and their relationship kind of grow, I suppose, in a way, in this particular episode. Like, because of the fact that they're escaping together now, they had to work together in order to get out. So that was actually really cool to see. So yeah, no, it was really good. I enjoyed that aspect of it. Although, I kind of agree with Crosshair. A little bit of planning would have been nice. But you can't have everything, I suppose.
No.
Especially when your life
No.
is in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You just gotta
when you're under the
go
pump,
with the flow.
you do
Yeah.
do what you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Mike, what about your thoughts on Omega?
Yeah. She's definitely grown into someone who's very capable, and the understandable reason that she went back for Crosshair is because, well, she's already lost one brother. She doesn't want to lose another one, so she wants to make sure that they all come together and be a family on space.
Well, if you class Echo as being also she's lost two technically.
Oh well,
She didn't want to let Echo go, even though not technically dead.
Well,
but
he's not in danger. He's with Rex.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and want them all come together and retire on Space Mechanos. Yeah, grow some grapes.
I really do hope that they get the happy ending that they deserve by the end of this season.
I hope so.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's a hope.
This is war.
We can dream.
It's war. When has war ever been happy? And we know the sort of area it is with Star Wars. It's still before the rebellion is together. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Who knows?
And and Fulya, where Rex is within Rebels. This takes place before that. So
okay.
yeah, so he gets disenfranchised, and we get to see Rex in this. So something does happen.
Okay.
But we don't know what.
Cool.
We don't know.
Could be
what,
something
that's
bad.
Right.
Just to prepare. And yeah, previous what we were talking about. Yeah, and just loved a breakout. A highly capable breakout. And it's like, yeah, cool. Did she keep her little rabbit thing? Probably not.
No,
I
she
can't
left
remember.
it.
Yeah, she
It was
grew
in
up.
the room when what's her name? Emery went to
Emery,
go
Yeah,
see her. Yeah. Yeah, which I really liked the fact that Emery kind of came around. But also I guess not. Like she there's hope for her in terms of defecting.
mm.
But but yeah, it was a bit. I feel like when she was like asking them to stop and not get out, I feel like it was more of a like I'm doing this for you, not for
Yeah.
the Empire sort of thing. Which I really liked. So
She knows more. I think this is not the last time we see her. There's something
yeah.
still
nah,
within that.
yeah, there's definitely gonna be more. Yeah. And it's just really nice to see, I suppose, the like the growth of Crosshair, just in terms of, he didn't want anything to do with her, originally, like he was out of all of them, he was the most against having her around, I think, from memory.
Yeah, the most distant, yeah.
Yeah, and that never stopped Omega from caring about him. And and now he's at a place where he can accept that care, I guess, but and not shun it. And I just thought that was really nice to see the two of them team up, and what kind of team they make. I thought that was really cool.
Now we are the Bad Batch.
Bad Batch 2.0, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only two
Yeah.
of them. Only two of them. More two.
Two,
Two, and two.
two, and two. Cool. Well, before we wrap up, I just I just want to say again how much I really enjoy Hemlock as a villain in this show.
Yeah.
I think he's
Creepy.
great. He's suitably creepy, and unfeeling, and and the fact that he's like super buddy now with the Emperor, can't end well. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what's going to come out of their relationship. Like, I mean, we're all kind of guessing that it's the whole, making the clones for the Emperor to, resurrect him and shit, or the whole Snoke thing, or whatever it's gonna be.
I reckon Snoke.
Yeah.
Like a young, withered Snokey. In those red jars, the carefully constructed, color coded to be sinister jars. Those things, or even clones of the Emperor, maybe that look like Snoke. Who knows?
Who knows? We'll
He's
find
got
out.
the whole Empire's, resources available to him now.
Yeah.
So he can do pretty much anything.
I can do anything.
Yeah, I also kind of like the fact that the Emperor's like, yeah, there are people that in this or in our ranks that think this is ridiculous, but I don't care about them. You can do whatever you want,
Pretty much.
because you're doing what I want.
Yeah.
And I just consistently have to say how much I adore the fact that Ian McDiarmid still voices the Emperor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's just great. That's just great. Like, his voice is so good.
He still has a job.
He's
After all,
he's still got
years.
it. After all these years. Cool. Well, I have nothing left in the tank. What about you guys?
No, I think we've touched on everything we needed to.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Alrighty. Well, that'll do it then for us. That's our thoughts on the first 3 episodes of The Bad Batch, Season 3. The final season of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back next week to discuss more, I'm sure, along with some other things. Until then, does anyone have anything else they want to mention, or shall we roll on out?
I think we all sort of called it that Omega has a M count, can hold an M count
Oh yeah.
from the very start. But,
Of course.
we're
M
just
count?
waiting when. Midichlorians.
Midichlorian.
They see they're trying to have both ways of explaining the Force as well as not explaining the Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
They're not using the M word, they're just saying M.
yeah. So yeah, it's instead of what it used to be, where anyone can use the Force because it's more to do with like a spiritual awakening. Or it's like
Yes.
it's because you got bacteria in your bloodstream. So
So it's scientific. It's not spiritual anymore.
yeah, it's not special anymore.
No.
It's like the X gene,
Yeah.
but people applaud you for it. So
Yeah. Okay.
which no, I don't like it. No one does. No one does.
No one.
Except
No one.
except for George
Except for George. Yeah. George is a big fan.
of his own work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's get out of here, shall we?
Yes.
One, a two.
You know
what to
do.
And
That
was
was
a
was a podcast
called
called
Fred.
Fred.
Yes, remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and I don't know if Twitter's a thing anymore, for the latest and greatest Fred content.
If you like to listen to Fred the Alien, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
If you'd like to watch Fred the Alien, you can head over to youtube.com/Fred the Alien Productions. And if you're watching us right now, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of future goodness, and also give us a follow over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Fred the Alien Twitch.
Woo!
Woo! I have been Kendall Richardson.
I've been a Fulya and
And I've been a clone of Michael Lister.
A clone of a clone of a clone. And
You just
experienced
experienced
a podcast,
podcast called
Fred.
remember to eat beef.
Remember, Freddy lives, Loki dies, the Doctor is in, and midichlorians are in your blood, Anakin. I can't do it in Liam Neeson. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're from. But I will kill you with a lightsaber.
Remember to look after yourself and your mental health, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Please do. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Laters, Gators.
Ta-ta.
And see.
See.
No.